Hey crew, I hope you're having a great day. Welcome to the Spiritual Social. Hello new subscribers, hello returning subscribers. I'm really happy to have you here today, guys. It's a bit of a sad day because it's the final installment from your Dream Love Story series. Yes, today's episode 6 from our series. If you've been following so far, then today's your lucky day because guess what? You can actually go back and rewatch all of them and see how your intuitive choices throughout the PickACard readings that I offered you in these 6 episodes, how they all match together and come to form a beautiful, wholesome picture of the landscape of your dreams and your fantasies. I hope that this series inspired you. I hope that it helps you manifest your next love story, and I hope that it helps you as well get to know yourself a little bit better if this resonates with you at all. So today we have 4 choices. I chose here in a very messy way 4 of my favorite necklaces. So we have here for group 1 this Chinese Year of Good Luck necklace. You can see that it's decorated with, for example, tiger or monkey or pig. These are all Chinese astrological signs. So that's for good fortune, group 1. Group 2 has this metal and plastic green necklace. This is actually purchased from Nuremberg. It was a gift. So again, I do feel that this is also, it's bringing me a lot of good luck. And then for group 3, we have here this really colorful beaded necklace. It has a lot of like ethnic symbolisms. Absolutely gorgeous. And then last but not least, group 4, this very cute red with white polka dots necklace that I purchased from the UK. All of these memories, I could go into it. They all have a bit of a background story. All these necklaces represent a lot to me. They have more of an emotional value than any other value. So this is why I thought I would share them with you guys today on this kind of nostalgic and kind of bittersweet, you know, as all endings are, finale of our series. I wanted to say final ending, but it's a contradiction in terms. So this is the finale of our series, guys. So feel free to pause the video here just to freeze frame on the objects, and whichever one pulls you in the most, I would suggest going for that one. Try to choose just one, but I mean, we've seen in this series that we're dealing with the realm of Neptune, and Neptune is without boundaries. It's very hazy. So sometimes the dream archetypes tend to infiltrate more than one into one dream, okay? So it can get a bit messy, it can get a bit chaotic, but I had so much fun creating this series for you guys, and I really hope you'll enjoy it. For any other things outside of this PickACard reading, if you want to book personal readings, I have a Visio profile, I have a twin flame romance you want to read. I have donations, links to my meditations channel, Spiritual Soulscapes, lots of goodies and everything you need to know down in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe as well if you enjoy this channel, and follow me on Instagram, okay? I update my stories daily, and I also have a card of the day special thing that I do every day to help give you inspiration during this pretty crazy but also imaginative and awesome 2020. So without further ado, I'll see you at your pile. Mwah. Hey group 1, welcome. I'm super happy to have you here. I hope you're having a great day. So this is for those of you that were drawn to the Chinese Zodiac symbols necklace. This is going to be your reading. What happens when you wake up from your dream love story? So this is the final installment, episode 6 from your Dream Love Story series. Let's find out. What is the landscape once you wake up? Will you ground this story into being? Will there be surprises? Will there be any challenges? Will you remember it? Let's find out. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards. Okay, you already have yours. And then I'm going to enhance these by 2 additional oracle messages. And I'm pulling from the Wisdom of the Oracle and from the Moonology Oracle deck. Great. I will put my decks in the description box below, alongside many other goodies that you can have a look at. Sorry if the camera is trembling. I am shuffling this on the table, and I did want to shuffle live in front of you guys because I want you to be part of the magic as the magic is falling to the floor. Okay. So, whew, too much hair. Okay, guys, so the cards that you have are the following. So we have the Ace of Worlds, which in this deck is the Ace of Pentacles, and this represents success. You see a lot of planets, right? So you definitely had multiverse lovemaking to the max. You might have chosen the most intense option of the multiverse lovemaking episode 3. The one where a lot of scenarios were taking place and you guys were shape-shifting and morphing from one plane of existence to the other. Then we have here the Three of Worlds, and this is nurturing. So, a lot of pentacle energy. We have here the Two of Cups, equilibrium. Usually this is the card of union, but this deck has a completely out of this world interpretation, and that's why I love it so much. Then we also have here building blocks. This is your oracle message, number 28. Show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. And a win-win outcome is forecast. This is so gorgeous. This is the full moon in Libra. Oh, this is so beautiful. You've got a very gorgeous combination of earthy energy with air energy. So you will definitely ground your love story into being. The moment where you wake up from your love story. So let's say that, time and space and consciousness are kind of intermingled. It's very difficult to separate, the ways in which we dream and the ways in which we experience our unconscious. I did try to parcel all of these things into 6 different episodes, but you could have had this dream love story just in one night or just in a 2-hour long sleep. You wanted to take a nap and all of a sudden it was a magical afternoon and your unconscious prepared this for you. But what I'm getting here very beautifully with all of this world energy, you are definitely grounding this dream. I cannot speak. I feel that I want to say grind. Maybe there might be some friction because it doesn't really make sense. Ground and grind are 2 different verbs. One of them is a lot about friction. It's a lot about, masticating. It's a lot about tension and kind of like working at transforming matter from one state into another, while grounding is basically when you pull the energy from the ether and you create something tangible, something material with that emotional, imaginative, wonderfully surreptitious, maybe fertile sexual energy that you experience in your dreams. I feel that a lot of you that are going to choose this group could be earth signs, so you could be a Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn, and you could as well have some Aquarius or a Libra or maybe Gemini's energy, so you have a combination of earth and air in your own chart. And I feel like your energetic imprint upon waking up from your dream love story, you're going to infuse this energetic imprint with your own, and you're going to create whatever you dreamt and bring it into being. So let's see how will this play out. So as soon as you open your eyes, you're going to have a really comforting, nurturing sense in your body. You're going to feel like, I feel inspired to do something. And I feel like you're going to start by taking very good care of your body. I feel like you will feel quite luscious and sensual. You will dress up. You will have a very good feeling of peacefulness, but also kind of like you will want to make yourself look good. So that will be the kind of day when you wake up and you think, wow, my hair is exceptionally chic today. Maybe I should enhance it by adding an additional hair clip in it. Or you might feel that, I should really wear that dress that I bought a long time ago, or that t-shirt, or that pair of trousers. Whatever makes you feel good, or whatever you felt like you couldn't pull off a certain piece, that day after you wake up from your love story with this world energy here, I feel that you'll feel very confident that you'll be able to pull it off. You will have a sense of, it's kind of like Wands energy in terms of confidence and in terms of bravery and feeling quite, I want to make myself look good. But I don't know why. I feel like this just inspires in me this kind of luscious, earthy sensuality. You will feel like you've been kissed all night long. And this upon waking up will make you feel quite confident, quite happy. You will have an inward sense of not anxiety or not fretting or erratic sexuality. You won't feel turned on when you wake up. You will just feel peaceful, good, like I'm ready to devour a really good breakfast. You might want to have an English breakfast, and put like everything in it, sausages and baked beans and eggs and and it's gonna be quite filling, but it's gonna be super delicious, okay, and quite nourishing. At the same time, I feel if you're more on the vegan side, I don't know why I'm talking about food, but for you guys, I'm getting this with world energy. You guys, earth signs, food is like numero uno in your concerns most of the times. And you guys are really good at it. You're very good at material, tangible things, right? So food is primarily one of the things, the material, tangible things around which our world revolves usually. So I feel like you're going to want to share your food. You're going to want to have breakfast with someone. I also feel that for those of you that are more on the vegan side, you might want to have like a granola, maybe some homemade cereals, maybe something where you prepared your own milk. You created your own almond milk or oat milk, and then you create like a really beautiful, like, one of those gorgeous things that you see on Instagram, on the feeds of people that are into health and well-being, where you have berries and yogurt and oats. Not sure why I'm talking about food, guys, but I'm going with it. But I feel like this is what's going to happen with you. I feel like you'll also like my mouth is watering at the moment. So you'll feel very peaceful, very generous. You feel quite confident. You feel like, life is so enjoyable. I have the feeling like you're going to feel like life is full of pleasure and is full of color. And you're going to want to ground this into love. I feel like your perception regarding love is going to change. It's all of a sudden you're going to think love doesn't have to hurt. Love doesn't have to be the pursuit of someone that I'm only sexually attractive. I don't want to chase or be chased. I want to be grounded. I want to be stable. I want to just go like this and things will come to me. I want to expand. I want to extend. I'm getting a very strong Two of Wands energy with you guys as well, but this is the Two of Cups. Maybe some of you actually have some fire placements. Maybe you're part of that generation that has a stellium in Sagittarius. Maybe you have Pluto in Sagittarius. So that means that your fire energy being so powerful, Pluto, come on, it's overriding your earth and your air placements, which tend to be a bit more congenial and a bit more cooperative, but fire energy is like, boom, let's do it, So that's why I'm getting this kind of like Wands energy keeps interfering. I feel like you are the guy, you are the guys. You are the ones that chose the passionate constructor. So again, we have him in group 1. He interfered again, but I don't know why. With the earthy sensuality and with the confidence of a wand energy, that to me speaks of the feisty, fiery, or passionate constructor or builder, however you want to call it. We did give him a couple of very different names, right guys? But let's play along into this. I feel like this is your pile. My intuition tells me like you guys chose the fiery builder, the passionate constructor, however you want to call him, that that guy that has a lot of fire in his chart and a lot of earth at the same time. And I feel that you would be very close upon waking up from your dream love story because you are in this really beautifully grounded energy, very much like an empress vibe. You will start to manifest this person and it won't take long. It will be about 48 hours to 72. That's kind of what I'm hearing, 48 more. And I feel like all of a sudden you will manifest it somehow. You will feel inspired to, I don't know, open a Tinder profile if you never had that, or OkCupid or Bumblebee, whichever one you prefer, but maybe all of a sudden you just feel like, yeah, let's start that. Let's start online dating. Or you start talking to your neighbor, or you will go to meet your dentist or a lawyer or a doctor, and all of a sudden you find out that they're cute and they're single and that they like you. There will be just something that happens. Maybe somebody that delivers something to your home. Maybe a childhood friend on Facebook sends you a direct message, or on Instagram, or on LinkedIn potentially. Somebody that you connected with at a conference or at an event a while ago, all of a sudden DMs you. It's like, hey, how are you? I want to work with you. I want to meet up for a coffee. How have you been? So you're going to manifest a love connection. And I wouldn't put it past behind me to know that you're going to manifest somebody that has the characteristics of the passionate constructor. So this will be a person that is responsible but passionate. This is a person that is quite impulsive and creative, but at the same time they know how to take care of their money and plan and make sure that they have all of the resources that they need at hand. I mean, you are going to feel so good in your own body that you're going to manifest this love. This is wonderful. It's going to be like a mutually satisfactory love connection, one in which you feel like you're accepted for who you are, you know? And maybe that thing about food has to do with a lot of, maybe you guys had some hang-ups in the past regarding food. Maybe you're some people that, you know, you find it embarrassing to eat in front of other people or with other people. Maybe you struggled with dates because, you know, you might find that eating with another person is very intimate. I know there are people like that. I also find it a bit strange to eat in front of someone on a first date because it is intimate, right? To a certain extent, to see somebody, you know, staring at you while your mouth is filled with pie or fries. So I do think that maybe some of you had some hang-ups, maybe even some mild eating disorders or some issues regarding food. Maybe you found it disgusting, maybe you thought it was too intimate, maybe, you know, you have particularities regarding food, you're a vegan or you're you know, you have diabetes or something like this, so you have a very specific diet, you know. And I think that this is why it came up, because with this person you're gonna be able to be yourself, show the world the real you, and you're gonna be able to build on the solid foundation of who it is you really are. I feel like something is gonna happen, and the moment when you meet this person, you're gonna meet them maybe in a social setting that involves food. Maybe they're gonna bump into you at a coffee store, or, you know, you're gonna go out and grab some lunch and they're gonna sit at the table next to you. Maybe there's gonna be some weird social distancing arrangement that the shopkeepers are going to have to organize you around that. Maybe you'll have to stand in a queue behind them. You're gonna have to let them pass. There will be something, or you might meet them as well while you're shopping for groceries in your local supermarket, you know, and you might need a second opinion, or I don't know, they bump into you asking you for a specific type of food that they notice that you also purchase, but it's very rare and unique. So you are going to manifest your passionate builder upon waking up from your dream love story. This is going to involve something really pragmatic, very everyday, like you're, as I said, you're in your local community. This is not going to be like when you meet them, it's not going to be like a spark of passion or something completely random. It would be more like everyday magic, okay? The everyday magic of being in a local supermarket during social distancing times and all of a sudden meeting your dream archetype as he or she is leaning over an aisle and asks you, is that a dragon fruit I see you holding? Sorry, I kind of stumbled over that because it was working really well up until the point where I ruined it with my slight lisp. But that's what I have for you, pile one. I'm really, really happy I was able to convey this message to you. The Two of Cups and building blocks. You are going to ground this love, okay? Wow, it's like we start off so strongly. I did feel like the energy throughout this dream love story was exceptional for group ones in general. So if you've primarily chosen 111, not only are you manifesting a new mindset, because 1111 is about the reset, the spiritual reset in numerological lore, but this is also about, you know, you getting into some really good ass energy, positivity, and like I feel like the flow is very direct. And you know that when you have very good energy, when you meet a person that has very good energy, well, then sparks can fly and you can build basically different universes, different realities. You see how many planets we have here, right? Okay, so this is what I had for you. I really hope you have enjoyed this series. I hope this brought a smile on your face and distracted you from your everyday worries. I send you so much love and light, and hopefully see you in my next PickACard readings. Bye. Hey group 2, hey guys, I hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you might find yourself. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this very long metallic green beaded necklace. So let's find out what is the end of your love story. So how will you feel upon waking up? What's going to happen? Will you ground your reality? Will you ground your dream? Maybe some of you need to ground your reality. Maybe you might be part of that select group of people, like myself, that think that reality is the dream and the dreams are the reality. Some matrix shiz happening for you guys there. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually shuffling cards from a tarot deck. And this is the Voyager Tarot, by the way. I will link everything in the description box below. And then I'm going to enhance whatever the tarot is going to show me with 2 oracle decks. So I have here the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and the Moonology deck, okay? Just for some additional clarification on the kind of landscape that you will be waking up into. Okay, oof. Good. So I have your cards here. Let me show them to you. So upon waking up, you are surrounded by the energy of the Woman of Cups, the Rejoicer. Equanimity, 2 of Crystals. The Knower, the Sage of Crystals. I love this card. Look, Einstein made an appearance. And then we have number 13, Death. And your oracle cards are, conclusions are within reach, full moon eclipse. And young energy, number 1. Oof. Okay, so you're gonna wake up like this, like you're gonna jump out of your sleep. It's gonna be quite intense. It's almost like you didn't realize, was that a dream or was that a nightmare? You might have a little bit of palpitation, your heart will definitely be racing. I feel like you will wake up midway through an REM cycle, so it will not have been completed by the time you jump out of it. I think that's something that happened in your dream love story made you wake up. So I'm not sure if it's potentially connected. Oh, your group is a dark smooth operator group, guys, by the way. It just boom. I don't know why, but also with this card as well. I think that this is connected to if you picked one of the choices where the dark smooth operator was coming towards you in a barren landscape and holding your face in its hands, then I think this is what's going to jolt you into waking up from the dream. There's going to be a moment from all of the previous PickACard choices that you made while watching the series. One of them, I mean, there were a couple of them that were quite intense and quite dramatic and spectacular. But in one of those scenarios, the one you have picked, it's gonna feel so intense that your psyche is gonna wanna jolt you into awareness because the intensity of that experience is too much for you to handle. It's too much to process. That's basically what happens with us with nightmares. Nightmares are basically a very highly disordered emotional chaos that is so emotionally painful that we cannot process it. This is why we need to work with therapists, because they can help us reorganize our thoughts, so reorganize our conscious thoughts, and thereby reorganize our unconscious programming as well, because there is a supportive relationship there between our consciousness and our unconsciousness, and if we work on one, the other one is supported and healthy as well. So I'm not sure why I had to say this. Maybe a couple of you are actually suffering from some jolted sleeps. Maybe some of you are suffering from insomnia, or potentially some of you could be having some nightmares. So you might want to check that out with a professional. I also offer a dream interpretation service if you want me to help bring some clarity on certain dreams you've been having. Okay, closing that parenthesis. I don't know, I felt the need to say that to you guys. Shamelessly advertising myself in your dream love story. But I do feel here that, I think I know what it is, because with the Woman of Cups here, I don't think this represents you. I think that in your dream, suddenly a woman is gonna appear out of nowhere, and there might be an entanglement between the dark smooth operator and you. And I think that you might suffer from an episode of extreme jealousy, mostly due to the fact, I mean, consciously, you might not be a jealous person. You might be very emotionally controlled and very balanced, and you know your worth, but in your unconscious, there's little emotional control, right? So the element of surprise, all of a sudden, you were together with your dark smooth operator. There was an intense situation, a barren landscape. I feel that I remember from the previous readings I did that you were kind of trying to push him away, that you thought that, no, he's not good enough for you, or you think that you don't deserve love. And you can imagine, like in that emotional landscape, all of a sudden, a threat appears, or another person that interferes in your intimate connection that was just developing, and this jolts you out of your love story into reality. And I feel like in reality you're gonna be like, what first of all, you're gonna be completely shocked that you were dreaming about love. I feel like for most of you that chose this pile, you don't really remember your dreams that well. And if you do, you remember broken shards out of them. It's like, okay, that dream felt a bit weird, but yeah, okay, moving on. Some of you remember certain symbols and you kind of latch on to the meaning of those symbols. It's like, what could that mean? Interesting. I feel like you're very solar in your consciousness. So that means that you are quite rational, but you tend to repress a lot of your unconscious issues because of the fact that you are so rational. So a lot of emotions that you don't process throughout the day, and you tend to put emotions to the side, they come up very powerfully at night. And that's why they jolt you out of your sleep, because you need to feel them. There's no escaping emotions. My darlings, I'm really, it pains me to say this, but there's no way escaping emotions. We have them for a reason. They are there to help us bring awareness to the fact that something in your life needs attention. You need to grow through feeling. Most of the time we grow through feeling. You should definitely watch Pam Gregory. She's a wonderful astrologer, and she recently described one of the influences of the next new moons as how the heart is sending more signals to the brain than the other way around. So we cannot escape our emotions, because most of the time emotions alert us to what matters regarding our bodies, regarding our relationships, regarding the surrounding world. Most of the time emotions tell us what is real from what isn't real. Our mind can play tricks on us, because in our minds are limitless. Any potential combination, any potential relationship, any outcome is possible in our mind, okay? Our minds are limitless, but our emotions, they help bring us back with our feet on the ground, literally, because we experience our feelings through our bodies, and our bodies have feet that are gravitationally pulled to the ground. Hope that makes sense. So we experience emotions through our bodies, and you cannot escape them, okay? So I do think that it's worthwhile for you to spend more time reflecting on your feelings. What are you repressing during the day? How are you coping with anger? How are you coping with jealousy? Are you thinking, no, I'm not jealous. No, I'm not angry. No, I'm not, I never get angry. No. Try to consider that we all have negative and positive qualities, but I think that for you, it's going to be really important to reach some really interesting conclusions about your emotional landscape. Because I think that this is why your dream archetype is the dark smooth operator. The dark smooth operator, well, he is dark because he mostly represents the shadow archetype. So this is a person, the protagonist of your dream love story, that is, it's kind of like you've projected a lot of your shadow aspects onto this person. And by relating to him, you find out so much more about the hidden aspects of yourself. You're bringing light. So by loving him, you're bringing light on your shadow aspects, and you're able to integrate them. Because you might not be aware of what is wrong with you because you have it within you, right? But when we project it onto another person, so when you project these negative feelings that you don't like about yourself and you project them onto your partner, for example, you think, I'm never selfish, I'm very giving, but you are selfish, you are the one who is taking. All of a sudden, if that isn't actually the case, because you see that what you are thinking about the dark smooth operator is not really matching up with his actions. He's giving towards you. So who is the selfish one in this connection? This is how you meet your shadow. Every time you feel like saying you and accusing someone, or you feel like you're irritated about somebody's behavior, bingo, that's an indication from spirit, from the universe. Mirroring is happening. Pay attention to your own shadow. What are you not trying to love, not trying to accept within yourself? I hope that makes sense. So upon waking up from your dream love story, you will be jolted out of your dream love story by a really intense emotional episode. And I do think that with Death and the Woman of Cups, this is about jealousy. You will have an episode in your dream love story, in your unconscious mind, where you will be face to face with a person that interferes in your connection. And I feel that this is a woman, a highly emotional woman, the opposite of how you might be feeling in your conscious life. So you might be a very stoic, very rational person, very strong, very like, you're on top of your situation, you're on top of your game, you're a person with confidence. I'm getting a Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles kind of vibe from you. And I do know I'm reading mostly for women, but take it as it applies. But then in your unconscious mind, you are face to face with this other person who has all the characteristics that you do not want to accept in yourself. She might be more nurturing, she might be more loving, and all of a sudden she interferes in your connection with your dark smooth operator. Why? To help you transform, to help you come to terms with your shadow self. So this intense episode, it's only meant to help you know yourself more. The knower, the Sage of Crystals. This is the King of Swords. Everything is happening for you, not to you, my darling. So even those nightmares, they're just trying to help you come to terms with the fact that you are not paying attention to your very intense feelings. If you have them, if you don't have them, if this is just a one-time occurrence, this is an indication that your love story is all about coming to terms with unacknowledged part of yourself. The dark smooth operator is the dream archetype of your shadow self. You need to meet your shadow self, love it and accept it in order to help manifest truly, in reality, the love of your life. But first, you need to work at making yourself complete. Two of Crystals. This is the Two of Swords card. This is the card of anxious self-reflection, stopping and eliminating distractions to go within and to figure out, who am I with, warts and all? Who am I as an angel and as a devil, I'm thinking now of the Temperance and the Devil cards. They didn't show up, but it's really important that you reach some really healthy, balanced conclusions regarding your rational mind and your emotional self, regarding how you treat yourself, how you treat others. Do you put pressure on yourself? What is your relationship with your inner critic? What kind of previous patterns you might be bringing into current life circumstances and self-sabotaging yourself when everything is going well? So this is what your dream love story is about. You might be disappointed, you might be thinking, but I want a partner. But what can be more beautiful than falling in love with yourself? Accepting yourself fully. I mean, the immense peace that is found in that act of meeting yourself and saying, I love you, I'm going to take care of you, you are complete and you are whole. So this is what I see that is happening for you with Young and number 1. You are the main character of your dream love story. It's not your dark smooth operator. He's just there to help you. He is your shadow self. So by loving him, you're loving and accepting your shadow aspects. And this kind of makes me cry a little bit. I don't know, it's kind of like filling me up with a lot of emotions, because it's really difficult, guys. Shadow work is painful, healing is painful. Accepting yourself fully after a lifetime of being told that being yourself is not safe, or that you are not going to be loved if you are not bending over backwards to be somebody who you're not. God, that takes guts and balls and courage. And I mean, just to counteract the balls, takes pussy power. It takes a lot of courage to be yourself when other people's taught you that you won't be loved if you are yourself. And you're about to do just that. And I'm super proud of you, and I'm super happy, and I hope that this is a very healing conclusion to your dream love story. I hope that I helped you work through some unconscious fears and issues. And don't worry, okay? Don't worry, you will reach that real person that will be your perfect counterpart. You have an inner knowing that it's going to happen. But first, you have to make yourself complete. First, you have to reach some really healthy conclusions regarding your own personal transformation. You need to embody this Queen of Cups archetype as well. Not only the Queen of Swords, not only the Queen of Pentacles or the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Being kind, being nurturing, being empathetic, being forgiving, being loving, mothering yourself fully. And once you do so, you'll find your counterpart. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. You're gonna have more than one counterpart. More, don't worry, you will have choices. It's up to you whether you want to just explore or whether you want to just commit to one person. But honey, this is about you. And it's beautiful. You're gonna be jolted into awareness, the awareness that you're loving yourself, you're integrating your shadow self. So that's what I had for you. This was emotional in the best possible way. I hope you've enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a bit bittersweet because it's the end of the series, but don't worry, I'll prepare more PickACard readings for you guys, so I hope you'll tune in next time as well. All my love. Hey group 3, how are you guys? I hope you're having a great day wherever you find yourself in the world at the moment. I hope you're safe and protected. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this colorful beaded necklace. We're going to find out today in the final installment of your Dream Love Story series what is going to happen when you wake up. So will you ground your dream? Will you be able to manifest your love story? What will be the landscape into which you will wake up? I'm actually pulling cards from tarot deck, so I have here the Voyager Tarot, and then I will enhance whatever messages pop up from the tarot by using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and the Moonology deck. The Moonology deck is one of the first decks I actually bought, guys, and poof, it has served me well, I have to say. Whoa, you got a lot of tarot cards, so let's get into it, shall we? So we have here the Hermit, then we have the Woman of Crystals. This is the Queen of Swords, and it says here Guardian. I love these cards. They have such interesting meanings. So we have here Seer as well, the Sage of Wands, the King of Wands. And then we also have Preserver, the Woman of Worlds. You got a lot of court cards, a lot of characters. Or are you getting a sense of busyness? Nine of Wands, Integrity. And your oracle cards are No Place Like Home, Nothing Will Come of the Situation, Void of Moon, and A Time to Give Rather Than Take, Full Moon in Virgo. My dear, I'm really sorry to say this, but I think that you will be woken up from your dream love story by your parents or someone that you're living with, maybe a flatmate, maybe I'm getting like a father or a mother that they're concerned, a sibling as well. They will wake you up because something important is taking place. Either you guys need to go on a trip or you need to partake in some sort of household responsibility or in some sort of household duties. I feel that there will be a lot of people around you when you wake up and you will feel a little bit embarrassed. I mean, I do have here Virgo energy, which is the energy of being in service to others, helping them. We do have here Nothing Will Come of the Situation. So let's say that even if you fell into a deep sleep that kind of made you a little bit aroused, because we are talking about a psychosexual and romantic and emotional experience, you are quickly going to be shifted into a very rude awareness of the fact that you have to, quickly attend to some sort of duty. Maybe some of you have an exam the next morning. That's what I'm getting as well. And maybe your parents need to drive you quickly there. So for those of you that are in school, or for those of you that are preparing some sort of degree, I feel some of you are also going to catch a plane, or you need to be ready for a bus or a train ride. So there will be some sort of locomotive vehicle involved. You will wake up in your home, so in the comfort of your home. I feel for a lot of you, this is your family home. So even if you're renting someplace away from your parents, or you have your own home, I feel that this dream love story that could take place across many nights, or it could take place one hot afternoon, you took a nap and lo and behold, this manifested in your unconscious, or maybe just a normal night. You're gonna wake up in your parents' home, and it's gonna have to do with a lot of relatives. I feel like you guys might actually dream this love story when you will be on a holiday. So maybe Christmas holiday, Easter holiday, Thanksgiving holiday. You might need to move from the place where you normally live. You might need to go back to visit your parents' home, and one night while you're there, or one afternoon while you're taking a nap, you fall asleep, you dream your dream love story, and somebody just randomly wakes you up out of it, and you will not be happy. Okay, Virgo energy can be a little bit like, why didn't you allow me to finish my dream? I was directing it. I wanted to come out as beautifully as I imagined it, So there's a lot about like control issues, arguing with people that might want to control your behavior, but you're like, no, I want to be caught up in my own fantasy land. There is a sense here that for you, sleep helps you retreat from too much socializing. So some of you could be like hidden introverts, or introverts that were not allowed to be extroverts, to be themselves. So you were kind of forced into being extroverts. So you ended up becoming that elusive animal that psychologists call ambiverts. So you are essentially an introvert, but you've been forced by life circumstances. Maybe you were brought up in a family full of extroverts that couldn't tolerate your silences. So instead of accepting you, they kind of forced you into talking and coming out of your shell, and cracking jokes and dealing with a lot of social energy. But actually at your core, the Hermit card here lets me know that you are excellent at analysis, excellent at research, very, very introspective. You enjoy your own company. You are filled with things to do when you are by yourself. You never get bored. You're very curious, highly imaginative. And sometimes people can get on your nerves because you'd rather be in your dream world. You'd rather be building up these dream love stories. And I think that's why you're here. And I'm so happy that you're here. I completely can understand you. This is my life story as well. So Soul fam, okay, we vibe high. So coming back to the characteristics of your dream. So you wake up in your family home. There is a sense of a little bit of irritation. Why did you wake me up? Oh, well, you had to wake up because of some family function. Maybe dinner is ready and your presence is required. Okay? So I think that this is something that's going to get you a little bit, annoyed. But you will remember parts of your dream. And I mean, you have here, with the Nine of Wands here and integrity, I feel like you want to carry the dream with you throughout the whole day. Nine of Wands is usually this card of having to hold on your defense in spite of how hard things have been. You keep on pushing, you keep on protecting, you're raising wands around you, even though foes and enemies and other people keep bringing your castle down. You keep building that wall back up. But in this context, I feel like you're going to want to hold on to your dream. You are going to want to secretly nurture that dream and want to creatively daydream at how it could expand. I am getting super strongly that this is the pile that chose the Elegant Bohemian. I don't know why. It just popped into my mind and I'm going to go with it. So I think you'll be happy to hear if you've chosen the Elegant Bohemian in all the other episodes. Then this is it. This is the crowning achievement. Your intuition is amazing. Congratulations. You chose the Elegant Bohemian again. I think that it has to do something with the Elegant Bohemian is a person that in your dreams, you are surrounded by a lot of other social beings. I mean, I do remember from the readings that I previously did on this Dream Love Story series that I read in a couple of episodes that you would meet your elegant bohemian in a ball setting or in an atmosphere of social delights where people are exchanging food or they're dancing or they're talking. I feel like I mentioned 18th century France or some Baroque setting where there would be a party. It would be like some sort of fireworks, an activity, maybe even a wedding. So I feel that you might be so stressed out to a certain extent because a part of you really loves the human interaction. We do get a lot of serotonin from our interactions with other people, so that's why it's really healthy to keep social in spite of social distancing. So a part of you really likes the social interactions, but a part of you, that introverted part of you, the hermit that I saw here earlier, right? The Virgo energy is a bit like, you know, I need some time for myself to recuperate. And in your dreams, you actually carry that frustration with you. So your dreams sometimes are populated by a lot of people and you are seeing yourself in your dreams escaping from this mad world, right? Far from the madding crowd. And you're getting into your little nook of intimacy with your elegant bohemian. So you meet this person that is highly social in a social context, and then you take this person by the hand and you escape in your own little nook of intimacy. And this is why it would be so irritating for your love story to end when a family member, a relative, a flatmate, a friend wakes you up and is like, yo, we have some stuff to deal with. You need to pay the rent, or you need to come down to dinner, or you need to drive me to this place, or you're gonna miss your flight, or you have an exam. Whichever situation you most identify with, take it as it applies. But I do see here, primarily, this is gonna be the energy, that sense of, ugh, why did you wake me up? I was dreaming so well. So, yeah, I do feel that you were in a place of, with integrity here, with guardian, with preserver, with the seer, you were in a really good place with your elegant bohemian right before the moment when you are woken up. And I feel like, as I said, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna want to go back to that sleep state. In spite of the fact that you know that you can't go back to sleep and have exactly the same kind of dream, you're gonna want to take charge of your dream, hold it within yourself, daydream about missing pieces or how you would want certain elements to play out. And then before going to bed, you're gonna set off these intentions like, I want to see him again, I want our nook of intimacy again, I want to be only with him, and I want to feel really good and again be brought into that state. I feel like you guys were kissing right before somebody, you know, brought you back into awareness, and it felt really good. Like it felt very soft, but yet quite warm and a little bit sticky, but in the best possible way. Like you felt like you were merging with that person, and there was a lot of light around you. I'm getting kind of like pink, soft pink energy. I don't know, it's something very beautiful, heart chakra based, right? So this is why you want to go back to that state. There is a retentive part of you that's gonna want to, no, it was too good to be true. But you will definitely want to preserve, we have here preserver, right? You're going to want to preserve and nurture this dream and daydream about it. You will remember it. So you're one of the lucky ones. You will remember your dream. You're going to want to almost like create a world of escapism in this dream. You want to escape in this dream when reality becomes too overwhelming with relatives or other people crossing your boundaries willy-nilly, you know. So I do feel that in this dream as well, you are giving more than you're taking. So I do feel like even if you're having sexual fantasies regarding to, you know, with respects to your elegant bohemian, you want to give back to him more than you are receiving. So there is an element here of wanting to protect him, wanting to be there for him, kissing him. And it's kind of like, it's because he makes you feel so good. He makes you feel like, you know, you can be in this beautifully soft world of romance that is very different than the reality you're experiencing. Oh. It's such a Piscean kind of thing. You know, Pisces do this all the time, guys. It's like we're on a default. So maybe you are a sun in Pisces, or maybe you have a moon in Pisces, or an ascendant in Pisces, or you have Neptune on your sun conjunct your Venus or on your ascendant, because it's giving you this kind of like, okay, I can only be focused on life's reality 17 hours out of the day. The other hours, please allow me to be in my own little world. Please, you know, just let me float. Let me flow and let me float in another world. So, yeah, I think that I'm getting a sense that you'll receive a letter like a week after you wake up from this dream. And the more you're going to hold this dream, the more you're going to be quite retentive about letting it go, the more this dream is going to, it's like you're going to start seeing synchronicities and symbols related to all of the things that you see in your dreams. I feel like libraries, books are going to be very significant for a lot of you. Green plants as well, old mahogany tables, old-fashioned cigarette cases, an old-fashioned typewriter, those kind of old-fashioned lamps that you still see in libraries in like in England, you know. I kind of feel like those elements are going to be really, really important. You're going to start seeing more of those. I do feel that, you know, if you're a Virgo, you're attracted to those kind of old-fashioned vintage memorabilia that is connected to the workings of the mind. So whatever is connected to reading, writing is governed by Mercury and therefore by Virgo as well. And you guys really love to preserve. You might have a knack for antique pieces, for vintage pieces. You might love to be caught up in a certain era with a certain style. And this is why these things are going to start, it's kind of like you're holding on to your dream. You don't want to let go of your beautiful dream love story with your elegant bohemian, and therefore your reality in your conscious self is going to start manifesting these symbols and you're going to start seeing them. So I feel that ultimately the story is left open. It's going to happen the more you hold on to it, the more you make home in this fantasy. But be careful, don't escape too much, okay? You need to maintain a healthy balance between escapism and your daily duties so that, you know, other relatives don't interfere in your dream very rudely and populate them with a lot of strife and anger. So definitely keep the balance between these worlds, but I do think that ultimately you have the power to manifest your dreams, to bring them into reality. It's just a question of, you know, are you able to let them go enough? Because I feel a lot of you are very retentive and quite controlling of the details of certain, even of your dream landscape, not only of your reality, but of your dream landscape. For some of you, I think you're much more controlling with the details of how you want things to look like and feel like in your dreams than you are in reality, actually. So there might be some balancing act that needs to be done there between maybe having more control over your reality and over the things you have generally the power to achieve in your waking life, and letting go more in your dream life. So that was the tiny little self-development tip that I had for you regarding this love story. But ultimately it's gonna feel really, really good. You're gonna end your love story on a high, kissing your elegant bohemian as you created this space of intimacy and just protection and escapism, you know, romantic escapism from the world. And then yes, you're gonna be brought back into reality, but you will hold on to this dream and you're gonna start seeing signs and synchronicities, and who knows, maybe you're also going to meet your elegant bohemian. But that's not up for me to decide, that's for you to decide as a powerful manifester. If you want it, it's yours to have. Okay? Good, so on this cheeky, flirty note, this is what I had for you, Group 3. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a bit bittersweet because it's the end of the series, but don't worry, I'll create some more PickACard readings, and I definitely hope to see you there. Okay, guys, have a great day. Oh, my love. Hey, Group 4, how are you guys? I hope you're okay wherever you find yourself in the world, and I hope you're excited to hear what happens in the last episode from your Dream Love Story series. I'm going to be exploring today what happens when you wake up from your dream love story. This is for those of you that were drawn to this red and polka dotted necklace. I also had to tie my hair for your group, guys, because it's seriously hot. It's like we're having such a hot summer. Please take care of yourselves, okay? Wherever you find yourself in the world, especially if you're in the northern hemisphere at the moment, stay hydrated, okay? So, as you're watching this tarot reading, I'm going to pull some cards today from the Voyager Tarot. It is this deck over here. And I'm also going to enhance whatever messages come from the tarot cards from 2 different oracle decks. I have here the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and I also have the Monology. Why am I getting like stop? Okay. Just 2 tarot cards, okay. Interesting. I'm going with the flow, guys. We're allowing things to happen. So, one final card for you guys. One more. It's a bit of a bittersweet energy because it's the last episode. Don't worry, there'll be more. Okay, so yeah, there is some blocked energy here, definitely. So I never had this, like I was shuffling and then I just felt like, okay, enough. 2 cards came out, only 2. One face down and the other one face up. Oh my God, wow. So you got Ace of Cups, Ecstasy. Okay, I don't know what I'm getting with this. Oh, wow. Okay, 8 of Crystals, Synthesis. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. We have Serendipity, Wisdom of the Oracle, number 18. If you add that up, it adds up to 9, which is a completion. And we also have here a new start is coming. You are going to wake up from your dream love story incredibly aroused. And I think this is the pile that might want to self-pleasure themselves as soon as they wake up from their dream love story. This might be really strange to hear, but it's like, boom, like it's so direct. And I think this is why you only got 2 tarot cards. This message isn't very deep or complex. It is a lot about you had this fantasy potentially spread out over a couple of nights, or maybe you took a nap in an afternoon and you had this dream love story fantasy in the 2 hours that you spent napping. Or maybe it just happened over the span of one night. The unconscious time, how these things come about, how creativity, how the unconscious communicates with us, it's all very fluid, okay? I did try to section this reading into 6 specific episodes to give you a sense of order and structure, but we are dealing with Neptune. We are dealing with the world that is without boundaries, incredibly fertile and imaginative, and with the mind. And the mind can go in any possible direction. It is the heart that is the one that kind of grounds the messages of the mind. And I'm constantly saying grinding in this PickACard. I think that maybe this is the verb. This is the defining verb of this dream love story. Grinding, okay? I'm just gonna flow with it, you know? Why repress it? Why be embarrassed by it? I'm kind of thinking of Grindr as well. Which was this app that happened long before Tinder, right? I think. But that was mostly for same-sex relationships. And it was a bit more raunchy. But talk about raunchiness, okay? Bringing it back to your own reading. My God. Do you see this red flower blooming? You will have a really powerful orgasm if you wake up already very charged up. And we do know that when we are unconsciously charged up, sex is twice more powerful, because it's not just your conscious mind making a decision, that looks yummy, I want to hit that. There is a deep need, there is a desire that is kind of, it has built up from potentially emotionally unacknowledged patterns in your own psyche. Maybe you held off from having sex for a very long time and you're building up to that tower moment. It's kind of like, it didn't show up here in your reading, but it's kind of like a tower moment, you know? It's like, oof, you wake up so charged up, so lusty, so full of love, and in that really sweet romantic mood, like, oh, I just want to touch a person, you know, I just want to grab them and kiss them, and I just want to flow into them. This could be this could resonate more with fire and water signs. You guys know what I'm talking about, that kind of a mood when you wake up and you're kind of super charged up. Less so for earth or air signs, because I think you guys are much more, in spite of the fact that earth signs live very strongly in your bodies, and air signs are super imaginative, you know, and very clever with their words and how they imagine positions and all sorts of things like that. It's kind of more like, I'm talking here more about that passionate, instinctual, watery energy, that kind of like, oh God, it's like you're getting really hot and heavy, but there's no one around you, but you are feeling kind of these tremors going up and down your body. I think a lot of you might know what I'm talking about, because I did have some conversations with you about weird occult kind of symbols. And I think that what's going to happen is you're going to wake up from your dream love story. You'll be super charged up with this yummy energy. You're going to touch yourself and you're going to have a really powerful orgasm. And here's the thing. I'm also getting orgasm energy with this 4-leaf clover, right? Here's the thing. Once you actually send out this energy, because you are doing like sexual magic, right? You're sending out this energy into the world. I feel that you are calling in your one. A new start is coming, and serendipity, I feel like you're priming your reality to receive your lover. And I think this is the playful protector. This is the last one of the group. So you're going to manifest your playful protector through sex magic upon waking up from your dream love story series. So if you guys have any hang-ups regarding sexuality, if it's been a while, if you're struggling to self-pleasure yourself, I do feel that it's worth looking into that, because I find that maybe you guys have some placements in Scorpio. Maybe you have a Mars in Scorpio or a powerful Saturn conjunct Pluto in Scorpio. Oof, mama. It's kind of like you manifest things through the power of your desires. And the best way in which you can connect with those desires is through your body, right? It's like the unconscious manifests itself through the body, through sexuality. Does that make sense? Sexuality is famously known for not being very rational. That's why we end up doing certain things when we are horny that have nothing to do with our rational mind, right? There's gonna be a separate PickACard series I'm preparing for you guys, specifically focused on sexuality and, you know, sexual themes, sexual healing, coming up, don't worry. Now, reining it in, you will need to come to terms with that sexual energy. You have the power to manifest love into your life, but you need to get in touch with your root chakra, with Muladhara. You need to I'm getting that Lilith archetype, you know, Isis energy, Kali energy. I don't know, I feel like whenever I think about these goddesses, in my mind, they are connected to the root chakra, right? The passionate core, fertility, creativity, passion, desire, willpower, the desire to live, right? The instinct for sex rather than the instinct towards death, as Freud used to typecast them. So you will definitely, if you were in kind of like, you weren't feeling it, you were living more from the instinct of death rather than the instinct of life, of sex. So get more into that kind of energy. Definitely. I mean, it might seem weird to hear a tarot reader on a PickACard reading encouraging you to please yourself, but please yourself, okay? Find out ways. There are toys, there are videos, there are, you know, you can read erotic literature. I actually have a twin flame novel down below if you're interested in that, because we all have different ways how we can get turned on, right? So it's going to be really, really important for you to get in touch with that sexual energy, and your dream love story is manifesting in your unconscious because it wants you to get in touch with the pleasures you can experience in your body. And once you reach that orgasm, you send out the intention into the world, and you are gonna have your playful protector. And as I said this, it's kind of like I got a cramp in my hand because I was holding the cards too strongly. Be careful. Be careful that once you get in touch into the pleasures of the body and you learn how to self-please yourself, that you don't overdo it, okay? Because cramp in my hands, never a good sign. I literally was holding on to these cards too strongly. I feel like a lot of you will project a lot of energy into this reading as you're hearing it. There is a sense here that for no other pile did I actually tie my hair, but for your pile I did. And hair, as we know, it was in the story of Samson and Delilah. It is about power. It is about sexuality. And the moment when we tie it up to prepare ourselves for work or activities that don't have anything to do with sex, in some cases, because there are some fetishes with ponytails and other things like that. But in general, people would tie up their hair because it gets in the way of their activity. And then they let it loose. There's even the expression, let your hair down, when they are preparing to relax, when they are preparing to let go, and usually in more sensual and settings that can actually lead to more intimacy and sexuality. So it's a lot about that. You guys might really need to do something with your hair. If you're not feeling that sexual energy, get in touch with the Leo season, okay? Leo is powerfully sexual. It's fixed fire. And Leos are known for the beautiful manes that they have, their hair, right? Sexuality, power of attraction. So work on your hair, work on pleasing your body. You're going to wake up from this dream love story ultra charged with a lot of unconscious desires that want to manifest themselves. So it's much better if you use this energy, this powerful energy that you're going to wake up with, to please yourself or to do something sexual in the privacy and comfort of your own home, rather than to repress it, ignore it, and take it out into the world. Because the funny thing about sexual energy is that if we repress it, it tends to come out in conflict. It tends to come up in situations where it's kind of like we meet a person that triggers in us that same release that we would get in a moment of orgasm, but we get this in a social setting, and it might be inappropriate, it might be uncomfortable, it might be weird. That's why, for example, sometimes when we have attractions towards people that we cannot physically have, we end up teasing each other, we end up arguing, fighting, even saying rude words to each other, because it's that instinct for sex that is trying to manifest itself, that powerful energy, that powerful transformational energy. Two bodies wanting to come together, but they can't, so their minds are kind of projecting these shadow selves onto one another. I hope that makes sense. Basically, the overall advice is that you're gonna have yummy sexual energy. Use it to bring pleasure to yourself, use it to enhance your hair, your looks, to make yourself more sexually attractive. I mean, you don't have to do much. Don't think that right now you need to go and do something with your hair. Oh my God, Lexi said there's something wrong with your hair. No. It's a lot about unleashing the energy, okay? Getting into that energy, seeing yourself through the eyes of desire, okay? And embodying that energy. Do not repress it, just feel it, let it course through you, and allow it to manifest in very natural ways, okay? Because this is going to be the way in which you're going to manifest your dream archetype in reality. Your playful protector is going to be drawn to potentially the fantastic selfie that you posted on Instagram with your new hairdo, or maybe the really sexy, beautiful lingerie you just purchased because you really got into that sexual energy. Or, I don't know, maybe you're just going to take a very lush, gorgeous photo of yourself in a bikini at the seaside, in this period. And that person is going to be so drawn to your sexual energy, you're just going to manifest them, Or maybe it could just be how you walk around. You walk around by swaying your hips a little bit more. You're going to feel yourself more. And therefore, reality is going to respond to that. People are just going to start noticing you more because you're going to emanate that sexual energy that the dreams love story created in you. Okay, so don't be afraid of it. Allow it to course through you. You have the power to control it, turn it on and turn it off to your heart's desire. But don't turn it off for good, and don't turn it on completely, okay? It will exhaust itself. So as I said, if you please yourself, if you reach an orgasm, gradually it will exhaust itself. Just watch out for the potential for conflict and projecting your shadow self onto other people, because the shadow self is basically just that part of ourselves that we repress, that we tend to hide, that we feel ashamed of, and we don't acknowledge. So it ends up in healing situations with other people in our social environment. Okay, guys? I think this episode was incredible because it made me feel that it connects so well with the next series I have in mind for you guys. I'm just waiting for the Manara deck to arrive in order for me to create it, because I do need more sexual decks to create that series for you guys. It's going to be called Red Light Special, and I'm really looking forward to reading for you guys, okay? So that's what I had for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have a great time wherever in the world you find yourself. Take care, stay hydrated, and I love you so much.